Anthony Richardson era beginning in Indy. The big fella looking the part, man. Taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. The Jags favorites to win the AFC South for the first time in franchise history. So there's expectation. Would you live up to it? Off script, Lawrence in the first quarter finding who else?
His new friend.
The man that's waited 686 days for this moment, Calvin Ridley. Seeing the end zone early.
Good call right here.
Ridley again after receiving that year-long suspension. But Richardson doing it first with his feet to tie things up at 7. Youngest quarterback with a rushing touchdown since Michael Vick in 2001. Opening drive of the second half for the Colts. Richardson finding Michael Pittman, who does the rest. We're tied at 14. Youngest quarterback with a pass and rush touchdown in a game since George Ratterman back in 1947. You remember, after a Jags field goal to take the lead. 2 to go in the third. DeForest Buckner knocking out of Lawrence's hand. Just a wonky play here. Tank Bigsby doesn't realize the play's still live. He gets it punched out, recovered by Buckner. So Buckner with the strip sack. Dude standing around on a live play. It's stripped, and then Buckner taking it in for 6. Colts up 21-17. Got to be sharper than that, but the Jags, they'd respond. Lawrence finding Zay Jones for a 4th down conversion. Couple plays later, Bigsby taking it in for the tub. Jags lead 24-21. Redemption there for the rookie. 5 to go in the 4th. Could it be Richardson orchestrating a game-winning drive? He gives it away. Picked by Tyson Campbell. Bad decision, worst throw. Jags taking advantage. Travis Etienne, first hole no, second hole no. I'll make my own.
A lot of fantasy owners needed that touchdown.
That they did. Jags out in front by 10 now. Coach trying to stage a comeback. Richardson scrambling, takes a big hit. He would stay down with an apparent injury. Got the all-clear post-game, should be fine. Comported himself pretty nicely, and of the 3 early picks at quarterback, I'd say the best of the 3. 24 of 37 for 223, 2 total touchdowns, but that costly interception as Richardson suffers a loss in his first game in the NFL. The Jags hold on to win and cover the number here. 31-21 is your final. In studio with the 2-time champ, Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, interesting happenings there. It looked like Indy was in the driver's seat for much of that game. Looked like Anthony Richardson was comfortable in his role. I want to go to him specifically first here. Makes the costly interception late. I don't want to compare him to his contemporaries, but we're going to do it for his entire career. Of the 3 rookies, did he surprise you? Did he impress you most of the 3?
I think he looked the best, right? Even though all 3 rookies, the quarterbacks, they lost. I think he looked the most competitive. I think he had the most success. He seemed to be, you know, the most comfortable compared to Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. So that's a big-time plus for the coach, because I think he was the quarterback, when you look at the top 3 quarterbacks that were selected in this past year's draft, he was the one that had you had the most concerns with, because of the small sample size.
High ceiling, low floor.
Yeah, because of the small sample size there in college in Gainesville. But he looks pretty good, and I love the way they utilize him in this offense. Going into this type of system, I think, would do wonders for him as he continues to get more experience, and they add more talent around him. You got to remember, Anthony Richardson played pretty good football today without his best player in Jonathan Taylor.
Good point.
One would think eventually he will come to the party and play with the Colts, and I think that would definitely help Anthony Richardson out.
I thought you just had him. You just had him on the Ravens.
Yeah, I did.
He's gonna be on the Ravens. He's gonna be on the Colts.
But it's up to the Colts to keep him or
see.
send him. Right? We got to wait and see.
Truly, that is the case, and that is a hold and wait situation when we talk about Indianapolis and the future of Jonathan Taylor. The future of Indianapolis maybe looks bright with the young quarterback, the way he played here in Week 1. On the other side, the Jags, they have expectation in front of them. They are playing against one of the more favorable schedules and divisions in the league. When you take a look at Trevor Lawrence, and not just what he did, but the weapons on the outside. Calvin Ridley, what he offered, especially in the first half of this one. Zay Jones sees the end zone as well. This collection of talent around Trevor Lawrence, does he have everything he needs to go out and do what we do expect of him?